Hey guys, it's Fire Ginger back here with the Guild Lords video. For this video, we're playing with the Revenant, and it's going to be a dwarf dwarf assassin build, or assassin dwarf. Dwarf assassin sounds better. So there's gonna be a combination of the dwarf legend and the assassin legend. So it's kind of gonna be hopefully a little bit based, just kind of a more damagey build than the other ones. So hopefully this works well. The hard class to get ideas with for generic builds. So some of them I'm able to figure out, but some of them are quite hard so I'll have to figure out some ideas. But hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this build. So we'll swap over here to our game. I'll run through everything here quick, and then we'll jump in and play 2 games. So, all right, like I said, we're using the Dwarf Assassin. So we'll start with traits here quickly. So for traits, we have Retribution. During recovery, get increased endurance recovery. Close quarters, reduce strike damage dealt for you from foes beyond the range threshold, which will help us with close fights. Unwearing Avoidance, gain vigor when you successfully evade attack. Eye for 9, gain protection when you are disabled. Gain might when you break out of stun. And we have a couple different ways to that. We have, actually, just the one. Um, this legend offers the ability to break stun, which will give us might. Determine resolution. Strike damage take is reduced by a percentage while you have resolution. And versed stone. Right of the dwarf affects condition damage as well. When struck while below the health threshold, cast right power of the great dwarf. Gain power based on your toughness. For devastation, exposed defense. Your first attack when entering combat applies vulnerability. This attack is refreshed when you use an elite skill. Unsuspecting strikes deal increased strike damage to foes while above the health threshold, which hopefully will work well. But we're going to try up close. Destructive impulses, all damage dealt is increased, and increased additionally if an offhanded weapon equipped, which will work well with the sword and the axe combo. Notary might grants you more power and less condition damage. Gain might when you use a legendary stance skill. Like I said, this is more of a damage, this is not a condition damage, so I'm okay with grabbing more might. Tide Destruct deal increased strike damage to targets based on their vulnerability stacks. And then Swift Termination deal increased strike damage to foes below the health threshold. For Invocation, we have Invoker's Rage. Gain free when you invoke a legend, which gives us damage, condition damage, lifesteal damage, and crit chance. Rising Tide, when your health is below the threshold, strike damage is dealt is increased. So we deal damage to extra foes, but then we also get an extra if we're above the threshold. Furious Aggression, all damage dealt is increased while you have Fury, which we can get from this skill, along with switching legends. Spirit Boon, invoking a legend grants boons to nearby allies based on the legend that was invoked. So we have the Assassin, the Dwarf, so Might and Stability. And then Contain Tempered, gain fury when you disable a foe. We have a knockdown, which hopefully will work well. And actually, we have a pull and a knockdown, so for that will work as a disable. And then we have Song in the Mist, invoking legend, cast skill based on legend invoked. So we have Call the Assassin, strike enemies around you, inflict vulnerability, gain quickness, gain addition for each enemy hit. And then Call the Dwarf, strike enemies around you, inflicting weakness, gain barrier, and gain additional barrier per target hit. So that'll hopefully work well. For the Assassin, we have Enchanted Dagger. Some Enchanted Daggers that will attack. As you attack, siphoning life from target's hit. Ripstoning Shadows. I'm going to move so it's a little quieter. Let's go way over here. Sorry about that. Ripstoning Shadows. Dodge backward through the mist, removing movement, impaired conditions, and gain Fury. Phase Traversal. Step through the mist to your target. Your next 2 attacks can't be blocked. Impossible odds. Empower yourself with Shiro's incredible speed and destructive powers. Gain great movement speed and striking foes initial time when you hit them. And then we have Jade Winds. Call upon the Jade Winds to turn nearby enemies into Jade, stunning them for a short duration, which will also give us Fury if we disable them, which will be good. Moving over here so it's a little quieter. For the Dwarf, we have Soothing Stone. Remove conditions and heal yourself. Gain Resolution. Inspiring Reinforcement. Create a stone road that damages and weakens foes it's created. Once it's created, will pulse, granting stability to allies. Great for finishing. Forced Engagement. Launch a chain at your target at foes around you. When the chain connects with a foe, it slows and taunts them. You take less damage from taunted foes. And Vengeful Hammers. Invoke hammers to circle around you, damaging foes, reducing healing, damaging, and then increase reducing incoming damage and condition damage. Unblockable. And then Right of the Dwarf. Channel the power of the Right of the Great Dwarf. Turn yourself nearby allies to stone to reduce incoming damage. For the weapons, we have a sword and axe. We have just strike damage, vulnerability stacks, a little extra at the end. Chilling isolation, strike all enemies, then really deal burst second damage. The second strike deals more if it hits one enemy. Unrelenting assault, shadow step and launch. Unleash fierce attacks on your might foes. Gain might each time you damage a foe. Frigid blitz, hurl your axe, damaging, unblockable, pass through them, and then we shadow step to hit them. And then temporal rift, slice in the mist, creating unsealable rift, will pull enemies towards once it's finished. The hammer, we have just a hammer, throw a hammer. Condole, slam the ground with your hammer, creating a cascade of eruptions. Face, leap through, hitting an area and chilling them. Teleport back to where you were. Field of mist, create a field of mist that blocks incoming projectiles. And then drop the hammer, summon a massive hammer from the mist to strike the ground. And then for this, we have Ancient Echo, refresh your bond with your channel legend, granting energy and legend-specific effects. So with the Assassin, we have Unblockable. The Dwarf, we get the Great Ray of the Dwarf. For Amulet, we got Valkyrie, so Power, Vitality, Ferocity, one with a little bit of Vitality, along with the Power and the Ferocity for crit damage. Rune of Strength, Power, Might Duration, and extra damage, well, 5% damage increase while we have Might, in which we should have Might all the time, because for the sword and the hammer, we both have Courage, so every hit we gain Might for 10 seconds, so we'll constantly, hopefully, have this increase of damage. And then for the sword and axe, I have Enhancement, and then so extra 0.5 damage per boon. And for the hammer, I have Sigil Separation. So the idea is it's hopefully going to be excuse me, doing good amount of damage, but able to adapt to defensive and offensive striking. So, but let's see. Yeah, I figured it. This would be good because if we're doing like a condition damage build, you don't want this because obviously your condition damage, we want that to stay high. But this is a damage build, so we hope we're okay with grabbing this stuff as well. So we have, like I said, we have a couple ways to disable. But this chain thing, I think, should work well. This don't get extra health for conditions, so that's kind of good to note. The demon one, I think you do get healing for each condition, which is kind of nice. Yeah. But other than that, I mean, hopefully this will work well. But we'll see. So I've got, I think I've got Thief, Elementalist. No, I did the Elementalist already. I think I have a Thief and a Warrior, I think, yet that I need to do for base game builds, and then I'm going to go to Heart of Thorns builds for each class. So I'm trying to get through all the classes. So I've gotten most of the base ones done. I might redo the Necro one before, because I did a 2-set of skill build. I wanted to make sure we did an actual build. I want to do the Heart of Thorns, Path of Fire, and then End of Dragons. Try and cycle through getting ideas for different builds, because I think people look for more. You guys look for more idea builds instead of just skill builds. I mean, some of the skill builds have worked very well, but often not so much. And like I said, the Rev's hard, just because it's hard to kind of, you can have healing, but it's kind of it's okay, but it's almost like the legends are the main focus. What you get with which legends you pick affects what your build's going to be. So it's kind of hard to pick an overall idea of the build when your legends can cover those ideas. So like I said, you got power, you get your power, you got your healing, you got condition damage, and you got support and defensive skills. So, and you need to grab 2 legends. So yeah, hopefully we can find a game.
Age no longer affects us dwarves. Erosion, however.
So you get smoother instead of wrinkling?
Guess I'm talking to Jealous. Jealous Iron Hammer. Let's see how this goes. Oh, that breaks stun as well. That's good to know. Oh man. Apparently I'm very tired. You guys cannot tell. Boom. This is a great skill for finishing. Let's see how this goes. I hope this works. Semi-decent. We should always have the effect of 5% damage increase with the might. So hopefully that will work well for us.
The match starts soon.
Alright.
Replenishing. I could outrun a centaur.
Hold on to your points. Seize theirs.
Have at you.
You've captured Dragon. You've lost Lion. The great dwarf's power is upon you all.
Ah, I tried to get on point. Shoot. I tried to get back on point. I would have been able to finish. It was a mesmer though, that was the problem. It can teleport away.
You've lost the field. You've lost Lion.
Alright.
This is getting serious.
The Colosseum's artifacts are accruing power. You've captured the field. The artifacts have reached maximum power. You've lost Lion. I demand that you release me.
They'll have to hit my chop. Feel the fury.
You've been struck.
Come on, let me get my stupid keys. I got cords on my keyboard, so I was trying to mess around, move those. I can't click my swap weapon button, unfortunately. It does that.
I feel good.
You've lost the feed.
Ah.
Red team has obtained an artifact.
Dang it. Not working out that well, unfortunately.
The Colosseum's artifacts are accruing power.
Got the target.
Ouch.
The artifacts have reached maximum power. You've captured Dragon.
Time to do some real damage.
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
You've lost life. You've captured the feed.
Thank you. Ah.
Replenishing.
Nice.
Red team has obtained an artifact. You've lost life.
Oh wow.
You've lost Dragon.
Not. not working out well as I hoped it would. But kind of what I expected to. Excuse me.
You've lost the field. The artifacts have reached maximum power. You've captured dragon. Take that.
I feel good. Feel the fury.
You've lost lion.
Come on. Where the heck are you going? Thank you.
Blue team has obtained an artifact.
Should I make myself unblockable and just kept dodging that?
You've captured lion. Red team has obtained an artifact.
I feel good.
You've lost lion.
Ah.
You've lost dragon. You've lost the field.
Shoot. Excuse me. Yeah, top kills and top defense. Interesting. Alright. Not as good as I was hoping. I definitely think there's the kind of the I don't know. My favorite setup with the Renegade is or the Revenant is the Demon. I I love the Demon legend, probably one of my favorites, just because of all the conditions you can do, and then the short bow, probably one of my favorites. Doing Demon, Renegade Demon is probably I think my favorite. I think I've done that one, but that's probably my favorite. Overall, I don't know. It's a fun build. Like it's very offensive. Like the idea of it is, but I don't know if it has that offensive power behind it. So that's kind of a little annoying, I guess. That doesn't have that. But it worked. It was okay. It wasn't. Like I said, kind of wasn't expecting it to work well, just because. I think I've played something like this before and it didn't work well. But I just wanted to make sure I covered all the legend combos. So sorry about the hiccups, but yeah, I mean, like I said, the traits, the extra damage helps. I think it's just the play style. I think I don't think I was playing it right, but yeah, overall it was okay. Okay, have ways to make attacks unblockable, which is really nice when you're close to finishing somebody. Um, but it's kind of it's just figuring out when to use certain skills over others because I think energy is probably the hardest thing. I think it's one of the harder things to master because you almost get access to most of your weapon skills. Well, not all of them, but it's just learning to use energy to its most efficient thing. And that's the tough part, I think. So, all right. Excuse me. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. If you are, be sure to hit that subscribe button along with that bell. I'm trying to do my best to do daily stuff. I'm trying to do a bunch this weekend for you guys. I did the last two. I did the Mesmer and the Engineer. I'm doing this one right now as you guys are watching it, and then I got a couple extra ones I want to try and do today. So I'll make sure I get a few up just for the weekend, because at my next few Monday through Wednesday, I might not be able to get some stuff up. So I'm gonna try and get some stuff up for you guys ahead of time. Maybe some other games on Monday, Tuesday, and stuff. But make sure I get some Guild Wars up, because I know you guys like watching these. So. My dog is barking. Well, one of them is, and the one's in here with me chewing on a big rawhide candy cane bone. Because he's really cute. Hey, buddy. You're not listening to me. Alright, I think I played that guy last time.
The match starts soon.
Alright, here we go.
Hold on to your points. Seize theirs.
We get movement speed increase, that's why I did it.
The plaza is lost. You've secured the pier.
Time to do some real damage.
You've lost the market.
Shake it off. Not on my watch. I suppose I can make
The
enough.
plaza is yours.
Feel the fury.
Oh, really?
You've yielded the pier. The plaza is lost. You've taken the market.
Nice.
I am readying my arena. Come, mortals, and contend for my favor.
I feel good.
My arena awaits. Prove your worth and gain my favor.
Stone is patient. Only hunger for battle.
You've secured the pier.
Wash the pain away.
Shoot. I started off decently good. Only 35,000 damage, that's it.
The plaza is lost.
demand that you release me.
You yielded the
Together we
fear.
have no equal.
Oh, come on.
Target identified.
You'll have to hit much harder.
Oh. Rude. Nope. We get them down, but we don't finish them. I mean, I'm the same way though, so I guess I shouldn't be complaining. Lovely.
I feel good.
Oh, come on, that's not the button I wanted.
You've lost the market. You've secured the beer.
Not enough endurance. Arise. I feel good.
Nice. Alright.
Replenishing.
I demand that you release me.
Still standing. Barely. You'll have to hit much harder. Time to do some real damage.
You've yielded the peer. The plaza is yours.
Shoot. I have a bit more damage. I think a little bit more damage. This, no, actually, it's probably the same as last game when I think about it.
I demand that you release me.
The plaza is yours.
Yes! Actually won a fight. Yay. That dwarf hammer is actually kind of like a nuisance.
You've secured the beer.
You won't escape.
Not bad.
The plaza is lost.
I could use a hand over Time here. To do some real damage. Rejoining the fight.
Oh, awesome.
The great dwarf's power is upon you all.
Just gotta survive just a hair longer.
All who injure us will pay.
You've secured the pier.
I always start to figure it out second game. Always.
Feel the fury. Scriptural integrity.
I have returned to find a use.
You've yielded the pier.
She'll have to hit much harder.
I got a couple more top stats that game. Oh, I ended up getting, wow, kills, revives, defense, offense. Not bad. 200,000, which wasn't, but it definitely started to click towards the end of how to play it, and it was more of making the dwarf hammers are really good. The taunt thing is really good because it basically makes them you have, I think it's like you have to attack. I think they have to attack me, but if they're away from me, they have to get over to me, which is kind of almost like a fear pull sort of idea, which is kind of cool. The hammers is really good for healing, especially if you can have a lot of like you build up your energy and then use it towards the end. It works really good. This is great for finishing. Getting closer to combat fights or making a couple of your attacks unlockable is always good. And then you got your swords. Like you should always had might, so you always had extra damage. You had the torment, the unblockable, the swing around hit thing. And then you had your hammer for kind of some range aspects, so you could stay out of the fight. Projectile blocking and just some range, some damage, and some like um, you know, I can't disabling effects. So overall, not bad. Could have been probably could have played the first game a little better since I figured it out towards the end of the second game. But overall, it was okay. So hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, be sure to hit that like, subscribe button. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you guys on the next one.